this special show on News Mobile on the COVID-19 situation around the world. Now, we know that the third wave is being said to be a possibility. In fact, the WHO has set the alarm bells ringing, saying that the entire world, in fact, could be very likely to be at an advanced stage of the third wave of the COVID-19 pandemic. Well, what do experts have to say about this? For that, I am being joined by Dr. Parul Sharma, Director at the Max Hospital. Thank you, Doctor, for joining us here on News Mobile.
Yeah, thanks, Shivani. Good to be here.
All right, Doctor, let's start. So some experts say that the third wave, if it comes, will not be as severe as the second wave. But can new variants really bypass the immunity achieved through vaccination so far and be a threat?
So that's the thing, Shivangi, with viruses. Viruses are notorious and viruses are very, very unpredictable simply because they have their basic nature is to change. So they change, they can mutate, they can have different variants. And that is why there is so much emphasis on the genotype and the serotype study of any kind of infectious base which comes in, so that we can plan and we can, modify our vaccines accordingly. So yes, we can have a breakthrough of new variants even though we are vaccinated. But currently, the vaccines are taking care of most of the variants, and the science and technology does allow us to, fine-tune our vaccines if it happens. But yes, that's why we should be prepared. That's why we should be cautious. And that's why we should have a scientific approach to control this pandemic, because viruses can mutate and break through.
All right. Now, a large number of Indians across the world have immunity against COVID-19. One is, of course, because they must have got COVID-19 and recovered from it, or they are vaccinated. But what protocols are necessary for all citizens of India to take and strictly follow to evade the possible third wave of the pandemic, Doctor?
Yeah. So good that you asked that, and we have to keep repeating this, and we have to keep talking about what is the right way forward. We've had a massive wave. So yes, we have certain amount of natural immunities in areas which were densely affected, and the vaccine immunity is adding to it. So you have the natural, immunity by the virtue of people having COVID, and you have now the immunity added up by vaccine. But have we reached the target of say 80-90% of herd immunity? No. I mean, we're a large population of 1.4 billion people, and it's going to be a long way ahead. So preventive measures which started from day one, saying COVID appropriate behavior, which means masking proper, and mask doesn't mean that it's hanging at the chin, because that's just for your psychological good feel factor. It has to properly cover the nose and mouth. You don't need to do anything else. The only route of entry of the virus is through nose and mouth. So you don't have to sanitize 10 surfaces. You don't have to bother what you're touching or not touching. Just keep this covered the moment you are out of the house. The moment you step in, wash your hands, remove your mask and wash your hands again, because the mask could be contaminated and your hands will again become contaminated. When you're out, maintain a social distance. If you really have to be with people, make sure that there's good ventilation. So, if you're making a choice of having food outside, try and choose an open air restaurant. Try and choose a restaurant which allows people to sit at a space, because then you're off your mask. So proper masking, and don't say just masking. Now it's become proper masking, which means nose and mouth, keeping your hands sanitized, keeping social distances. And apart from the COVID appropriate behavior, which we expect people to do, I always make this urgent plea in any kind of public forum that it also has to be COVID appropriate governance. You saw how this public melas and gatherings and releases were averted. So that's also we need to be cognizant about, because when people hear us, it's the leaders amongst ourselves who have to be cognizant of the fact that they should not allow large gatherings in the first place. What if we don't have 500 people for weddings for another 2 years? At least we'll be out of this pandemic. So, we have to be very, very, very alert on these aspects.
Okay, so great points there. But then again, with traveling opening up, and of course we have seen so many, pictures and reports of a lot of people heading to the hills, Himachal Pradesh. There's large gatherings again. Of course, the festive season is not too far away. So, August onwards. So could that contribute to the third wave? And is there a real possibility that the festive season in particular could contribute, like last year, for example, we got a reprieve from a couple of months at the end of 2020, and we saw a boom again early this year. So could history repeat itself again this year as well?
See, Shivangi, how it starts. See, it's not the religious festivals or any kind of gathering, or let's say any kind of scenario where people are caught unprotected. That's the perfect recipe for the virus to start mutating, multiplying, being contagious, and we are back into the same loop. And to be fair to people, human beings are social beings. We need to step out. Everybody's had it sitting at home. People have had huge mental health issues being at home. They do need to step out. You would want to attend a few gatherings. You would want to travel, but you should be smart enough on how to travel. Don't travel in gatherings. Don't be without mask at public places. Don't herd too closely. The third wave is anybody's guess. Not even the best scientist or the virologist of the world or the best astrologer of the world can guess whether we are going to have a third wave or not, or when we are going to have it. As I said, that we may have a few months of respite, since all of us have been very largely exposed, and the vaccines are adding to it. But what if we have a breakthrough in a variant, and we have something which we are not protected against? Our immunity is not there for the new variant, as we have seen with the Delta one. It just came out of the blue, and we had no immunity to it. So at that time, if there's a new strain and there are 1,000 people out there without proper mask, that's a perfect recipe for a third wave to come. So it's all in public's hand. People have short memory. They'll forget everything about what happened earlier. And then you have 100 people unmasked, and then you become a part of the chain reaction. So all what I say is, for the next 2 years, whenever you're stepping out for anything, if you have your nose and mouth covered with a mask, it's okay for anything to carry on with your life, because you do have to carry on with life. Of course, restrict yourself. When we're saying don't go into masses and don't go for religious gatherings, or don't become a shopper of being there in 1,000 people without mask. So if everybody is cognizant of the fact, we can still move on, because we have to move on. We don't know how long this pandemic is going to take. To give you an example, in 1918, for example, the Spanish flu, the pandemic, took 2.5 years to go away. How much was the population traveling? Now the whole world travels. Till the last man alive on one country is COVID-free. We are never free from pandemic. So we've had it easy in India now, but look how the other countries who kept their borders closed and have not dealt with the Delta now, it's peaking for them now. So you can't close the borders. People will travel. The whole world is one. Main thing is masking and vaccine. These are the two main keys that we have to keep following.
There was a great session there with you, knowing about the third wave and the possibilities. Like you said, no one can predict that. Yeah. But most of all, what we can do is be careful. Like that's something that, of course, a lot of experts are saying, and even you, doctor, have said the same thing, that being careful and following COVID protocols is the only way sometimes to really make sure that future pandemics do not occur with this intensity like it did this time around. But before we go, some areas of the world are facing a COVID resurgence. So a prime example of that is Australia. Australia has imposed a lockdown again in a couple of parts of the country. What can India learn from this scenario?
See, India has to see that the countries which have not dealt with the Delta virus so far, and Delta is very contagious. We don't know how the new variants are going to be. They could be much more contagious even than this. There was a time where it was in the aerosol and people couldn't even step out in their balconies. You've seen how the full condo got affected without people even stepping out. So we don't have to see the world to learn. We have seen enough here in Delhi, NCR, in India to learn from those, right? So nobody has an escape. You can't sit with your doors and windows closed. These countries are sitting with their borders tight. Hence, they had these easy period of a year. The moment there was a leverage and the one person with Delta landed up, that's how the chain transmission started. So what we have to learn from other countries is that we are the key people who can stop this chain transmission. If we stop being the key to that chain transmission, like if I get vaccinated, I'm not just getting vaccinated for myself to protect myself against the severity of the disease, but I'm also being a very responsible citizen because I'm not being a carrier and giving it to the other people. So vaccination has dual purpose, not just for yourself, but also for the community at a larger scale. So the lesson that we need to learn is keep masking up, get yourself vaccinated, encourage everybody in and around you to get vaccinated. So the helps which come at you, the people who work at your offices, so the more people you're getting vaccinated around you, the more you're helping the community in stopping the transmission of the chain.
Right, Dr. Parul, thank you so much for your perspective, and of course what you said about avoiding the third wave, which is in short follow the COVID-19 protocols. Thank you, doctor, for joining us here on News Mobile.
All right, Shivangi, thank you. Take care, all of you.